Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, thus is your brother Dan Moses, or say Yao Sakodie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you this 14th of August 2023, Monday, as we comfort the heart of Grace Ohima Sakodie, our daughter and the daughter of the just and the avenging God, the just and the holy God. We say to Grace Ohima Sakodie, happy 14th birthday. Your God is alive. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwa 2. Our expose's testimony, New World Disorder. Expose part 257. 254 is the first expose that we received. 254 to 255 were our first exposes that we received since our arrival in Ghana on the 27th of July. And Ghana and the nations of the world, elect of God, God brought us to Ghana peacefully. However, the nation wreckers, Nana Addo Akufo and the tribalists are amongst our champs who think they own Ghana, together with the terror network of Ban Ki-moon, Joe Biden of the White House, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, those that have created the current state of the world. They decided to choose the war that they glory in and love to do. In spite, upon our arrival, we chose the path of love, unity, and oneness of the Ghanaian people. Therefore, God, on this 14th birthday of Grace Ohima Sakodie, our daughter, wants to share something with us from Psalm 118 regarding what to do, what he is about to do and shall do, to prove to the human race that Grace Ohima Sakodie, Elizabeth Sakodie, shall not be owned by the extremely dangerous US undercover agent Daniel Caesar. The United Nations doesn't have any mandate to give these two tortured and abducted children as the property and a reward for the extremely dangerous US undercover agent. The US House of Congress don't have that. They don't have such mandate. The White House, the Supreme Court of the US, they all don't have such mandate. No institution of the human race have such mandate. Therefore, it is in violation of the laws of men and the laws of God that these heinous crimes of the killing of innocent Muslims, the killing of innocent Christians, which has grown into the killing of an innocent Jew. God is speaking to us, all of the human race, what he shall do. In these heinous crimes against humanity and Ghana. not what you will do, what God shall do in this issue. Of the 20 years of we seeking peace, justice, and the law, and fellow men choosing war, cowardly secret killing of the fellow human beings, and choosing money over the lives of their fellow men. This is what God is saying concerning this issue, concerning we the victims. All nations are compassed me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. This is what the Lord is saying, that we say to ourselves in regarding this issue. This is what the Lord is telling me to say to me, and to say to my 2 tortured and abducted children, to say to the human race. All nations compass me about. The all nations we see here refer to the diplomatic powers, political powers, religious powers, no matter who they are, who for 20 years have continued to kill Ghanaians cowardly in secrecy, killed innocent Muslims, innocent Christians, innocent Jew cowardly in secrecy, because they are diplomats, because they are politicians, because they are religious leaders, and they have chosen to worship this extremely dangerous US undercover agent. They are the people that God is referring to, the all nations. All nations compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. They compass me about, yea, they compass me about, but in the name of the Lord will I destroy them. They compass me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire. They are quenched as the fire of thorns. For in the name of the Lord I will destroy them. Psalm 118, verse 10 to verse 12. America and the nations of the world. There is a man at the White House. He calls himself Joe Biden, the president of US. He calls himself the most powerful president of the whole world. He was a deputy to a man called Barack Obama, whom God, by a meek and a humble African, put on the throne of the White House as the president, the first person of color to sit on the throne of the White House of America as the president. God, by a humble African, put Barack Obama on the seat of America as the president. And that same God set Joe Biden up by the African and put Joe Biden on the throne as the president. That God proved to a man called Jack Caesar. And as of this 14th of August 2023, Jack Caesar has no doubt, wherever he is, he has no doubt that the person of color cannot own the white man or the person or a fellow person of color as the reward for her crime, and as her reward as her property. God the just God has made it clear to Jack Caesar. As we speak this 14th of August 2023, Jack Caesar has no doubt about that. That same God who changeth not shall surely make Marie Caesar, the daughter of Daniel Caesar, who loved money at the expense of Jack Caesar's life, at the expense of my precious blood. That just God shall make Marie Caesar in the United States, America. That God shall make her know, just like her husband knows and has no doubt about it, that the person of color cannot own the white man or the black man. And that same God shall make Daniel Caesar, I've mentioned your name, the most dangerous US undercover agent. That same God shall let her know that just as her father knew and her mother has gotten to know, she will also acknowledge that she would not own Elizabeth and Grace Ohima Sakode as her property. U.S. Justice Department, U.S. House of Congress, U.S. House of Senate, the White House, for 17 years, we came to you. ICC Hague, we came to you. And injustices have been our portion. We have chosen the just God for justice. And his message is what we have received. The extremely dangerous US undercover agent shall not own the black person's children as a reward for property. The God that created the human race shall gladden our heart. It is finished. God bless you. And God bless my homeland again. Bye bye.